Hello, I'm Scott Moore. In this video, I'm going to talk about Michael Porter's value chain. This concept came out back in his 1985 book, and it was really a landmark in strategy. It, for the first time, really got managers, executives, and whatnot to focus on the internal activities of a firm and how they contribute to the overall strategic success of a company. In this video, what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the purpose of the analysis, which I just sort of hinted at, the details of a firm's value chain and implications of doing this type of analysis. So again, the concept here is that before executives used to think about what does our company do well, what do we not do well, that level of analysis. And they left all sorts of opportunities on the table for thinking about what's important to our firm, what activities really matter to us, and should we do those? How can we do those well? How do we do those poorly? Which ones do we not care about? Should we outsource them? Should we just generally throw as little money at them as possible? So those kind of questions, and this value chain analysis is really a nice way to structure those kind of analyses. So here is the sort of prototypical value chain, the one that he uses in his book and the one that's most usually discussed. It's for a manufacturing firm. So there's two basic sections here. There's the primary activities here at the bottom and the support activities here at the top. And I guess you could also say that there's a third that's highlighting the margin that's left for the company. So the idea here is these are the activities that the company is most, that the customer cares about the most. These support activities, guess what? Support these primary activities and employees in the process of serving the customer. Now think of this, this is drawn as an arrow because the idea is that there's value chain for other companies there where their outbound comes into our inbound, and then there's other companies possibly that take our output and it's their input. Okay, so we're part of one long value chain. So we have primary activities, inbound logistics, getting all of our supplies, etc., all the input materials into the company, okay, so that we can use them. Doing something with those materials, turning it into a product. Outbound logistics, getting those goods out to our customers. Marketing and sales, get someone to buy those goods, either directly where you think about sales, where people go out to others, or marketing, where you get out some sort of marketing message that's more global. And then service. After you've sold the good, then how do you service it if something goes wrong? All right, support activities. Now the idea here is that with these lines is that there are specific these kind of activities that apply to the primary activities. So there's procurement. What's the process that your company go through when buying the goods that you need to do business? Well, you can buy goods to support operations, to support inbound logistics, outbound logistics, etc. Technology. What kind of technology does your company use, need? How do you apply it to operations, outbound logistics, marketing, sales? Human resource management, same kind of thing. And then here's this catch-all firm infrastructure. Now, realize that different companies are going to have different sets of these support activities, those are a pretty good start. Same thing here for primary activities. A service company might not think about this inbound logistics in exactly the same kind of way, but this is, again, a good place to start. So now when you're thinking about using this analysis, you can start thinking about, all right, we have technology, let's just say Apple Computer, and technology applied to marketing and sales. So you think, all right, we could try to differentiate ourselves this way. We could go the low-cost route. Well, if you're Apple, you develop something like your iPad-based checkout system where they develop the software, use their own hardware to facilitate sales, right? And they also have the wireless network in the store so that they can easily handle customer checkouts, right? And that's, in a sense, one way that they're selling their own product. All right, so now we have, and you go through and think about each of these cells, figure out which ones should we be low cost on, which one should we just try to kill it and do great. Well, why would you try to do some low cost and some really great? Well, the sort of easy answer is, well, customers would care about some service, some particular part of your doing business. Well, you should think about that as being core of what you're doing, and you'll want to then do that really well, right? So you'll want to, throw all your attention to that. Other activities that customers don't care about, you might outsource those. You might try to do them at low cost as possible. That's two generic strategies that you can take for each one of these cells, is low cost or differentiated. That is, try to make it better than someone else. Well, think about it a little bit more. Would you want to do some of these at low cost and some of these differentiated? Probably not, right? So as much as possible for the ones that companies care about, if you're going to say, all right, we're just going to try to be a top-notch best player. Well, for all the things that a customer cares about, you'll throw money at it, throw your attention at it, get a lot of people thinking about how to do it better. Okay? For the stuff that customers don't care about, you'll outsource that, let someone else do it. Let a payroll firm handle your payroll. You don't want to be the world's best check writers, right? That's not what you'll want to do. You'll want to think about, how can we make our company service our customers best? Which activities do we need to focus on? Which can we let other companies focus on? So, implications of this. Before, when you were thinking about doing this kind of analysis, you think about, what does our company do best? And you think about this global kind of analysis. Well, here we're thinking about specific activity level. How is it that we can be better than another company based on these particular activities? And now you'll know what to focus your managerial expertise on. These two generic sources of the competitive advantage, low cost or differentiated, you'll want to be clear which one you're pursuing. If it's low cost, then you're certainly not going to bring a lot of resources to bear on things, because that will then drive up your cost. And superiority of one overall strategy. If you're sort of low cost and sort of differentiated, you have a better chance of another company beating you out by being better at differentiated or better at low cost. Right? If they focus better at servicing what customers want, then you're just going to get beat in the marketplace. And then finally, selective focus. So know what it is that customers care about. Don't guess, know your customers, but know what it is so that you'll focus on those activities that matter more to customers. Hope this helps. Use it when you're thinking about a company and how they might improve what they're doing. Until next time.